Hello. Last week, I had the opportunity to deliver a workshop to part of our UK and Ireland customer success team. And this workshop was focused on building your brand and aligning with your values. And I had some aspects and tools from coaching that I had brought into that session. While it is very difficult for me to bring a full 1.5 hour session into a YouTube video, what I do want to share is some learnings that I had from that session and some tips on building your brand. So let's dive into it. What were my learnings? My learning was that every person is unique and the values that are important to them is unique and very individual to them. Every person goes through many different changes in life. And as they see different seasons of their life, as they are going through different changes, and as new things and experiences are happening to them, the focus area of their life will shift. They might be focusing on promotion, they might be focusing on starting a new family, they might be focusing on their health. Like, each area of your life is important, and we do put our energy in each area of our life, but some areas at some point in time are going to take more focus, and that is okay. That's a part of bringing balance, and that's a part of creating a holistic life. And it also brings this balance in teams, in different teams, and the different team members who work together, because different people bring different areas of life as they're at the forefront of it, and they help us learn from their experiences and they learn from our experiences. So that's the learnings in a nutshell. But let's look into a few tips on how you can build your brand. So what's the number one skill / quality that you need to build your brand? It's authenticity. You need authenticity to build your brand. You are not a product, right? Like, you're not a goods or a service or a product to be consumed. You're not something that you're selling. You're something who is showing up. So how you show up matters, and the best way to show up is to be authentic. But what is authenticity, you might ask? How do we even define authenticity? I have asked myself this question for many years. And I learned it through all this probing and through going deeper within, that authenticity is simply being your true self. As I just mentioned, each person is unique, and each person brings their unique values and that are important to them, and each person brings their unique gifts that are given to them, like that is their natural self. So being authentic is bringing that to the conversation, is bringing that to your work, is bringing that to your work ethics, is bringing that to the choices you make in your career, to the choices you make in your life, and is bringing that authenticity, that being your true self, to yourself as well. So keeping yourself at the center of your life, of everything that you do, knowing who you really are, what your nature is, what your personality is, what are your strengths, what are your weaknesses, what are you really great at, what might you be actually lacking at, what would you really want to grow and become into. What have you really been doing great as a person, as in terms of your growth, what you might have seen a few years ago as a challenge or a gap or a lack. It's all of this. And you take and bring all of this into every single relationship and every single conversation. So there is no facade that you have to put up. There is no front that you have to put up. There is no you're not showing up according to somebody else's expectations of you, but you're showing up as who you are. And it will be a learning curve for everyone, for yourself, for the people who are with you in this journey. But the learning curve is the exciting part. It's the part which will be like, oh wow, I did not know this, or I could not have done it the way she has done it, or I could not have thought about it the way he thought about it. and then you learn something. That is the aha moment that people have from you when you are authentic. That is your brand. Who you are and how authentically you bring yourself is your brand, because that is what people are going to remember, and that's what people are going to talk about you in the rooms that you are not there. Somebody very wise in the session said this, and I asked them, what do you think brand is? They said that how people speak about you when you're not in the room is your brand. And once again, I know that brand is such a consumer centric word. We live in a capitalistic society, and brand looks like such a consumerist word that you might think that when I say what is your brand, you might think I'm saying you have to position yourself as some kind of a product, as some kind of a USP. That is not what it is. Your goals could be anything. Your goal could be that I want to be the best homemaker ever. Your goal could be that I want to be the best house husband ever. Your goal could be that I want to be the best astronaut ever. I want to be the best, or I don't even want to be the best. I just want to be. That could be your goal. I just want to be. Bring that. Bring that. You just want to be, just be, and bring that. And people will learn that from you, and they will be so excited to see that in you. You want to be the best chef ever. You want to be the best painter ever. Do that. You just want to paint? Just paint. It's this authenticity that you need to bring. There's no secret formula for building a brand. It is being authentic. And you know how you can build that authenticity is by knowing your why. Why do I want to be the best chef? Why do I want to be the best painter? Why do I want to just be? I mean, I'm not talking about going through a deep philosophical retrospective, introspective journey. I'm not talking about going into Vipassana, which is something I really like to do, and do my short silent fast. It's not that. It's not necessary for you to go into a very deep state of meditation to know your why. You can know your why. You can just have an honest conversation with yourself and know your why, and then stick to your why. And know that you're doing whatever you're doing and taking steps, whatever you're taking, is from this why. So that when somebody asks you, when you say, I really want to be a very successful coach. So for example, I want to, it's not an example, it is actually what I'm working towards, is I want to be a holistic coach, a holistic healer, right? So I want to work towards building is a way of holistically coaching my clients, and not just working on their energy, but also working on their heart, gut, and mind alignment, on helping them address grief, trauma, loss. It's monumental. It's gigantic. This I don't even want to call it a goal. It's this purpose in life is huge. And how am I going to do this? By just being authentic. I am not building my brand as a something or an expert on something or a somebody, which is great if you have a niche. I'm just showing up authentically and sharing with you what is happening with me and how my life is changing with new opportunities and new challenges and new ideas and new thoughts, and this energy that comes up in me as I see my purpose forming. It's always a work in progress. This authenticity helps you build your brand. You don't have to have something extraordinary to build your brand. You just have to bring this authenticity and this honesty and this beautiful energy that you are, the way the creator made you, and you will add value to wherever you go if you are able to authentically and honestly accept yourself and be yourself. I really hope this helps in understanding brand building from a perspective of not 10 steps on how you can build your brand, but really what matters the most when it comes to building your brand. Thank you so much for listening, and I look forward to sharing more videos. Have a good evening.